Today we will solve one epicyclic gear train problem. In an epicyclic gear train, the internal wheels A and B and compound wheels C and D rotate independently about axis O. The wheels E and F rotate on pins fixed to the arm G. The gear E meshes with A and the gears C and F meshes with the B and D. All the wheels will have the same module and the number of teeth are TC is equal to 28, TD is equal to 26, TE is equal to TF is equal to 18. Now we have to determine, we have to sketch the arrangement, we have to find the number of teeth on A and B, and the third condition is that if the arm G makes 100 rpm clockwise direction and A is fixed, find the speed of B. So the same problem description is shared in your Google Classroom. So you can go through the problem description there thoroughly. So now for this problem, now we have to make the sketch the arrangement. So how the gear is arranged. For that we have to make a sketch. So with the given data, we have to see that how to make this sketch. So for many of the problems, the sketch will be given, and for some of the problem, the data will be given, and we need to sketch the gear arrangement. So here we have a compound gears C and D, which will rotate about the center O, and also it is known that the gears E and F, the gears E and F will be present on the arm. So the E and F and also there is a gear A, there is a gear A, there is a gear A, this is gear E and this is gear C. Okay. So here we can see that C and D are the compound gears and E is the another gear which is attached with the annulus gear, that is A. So we also have a gear F. We also have a gear F. We also have a gear F. So this is gear F. And this F is attached to the, is meshed with the gear B, which is nothing but the output gear, and we are supposed to determine the speed of the gear B. So this is the arrangement. So with the given data we need to make this sketch. Rest all it is given, that is the number of teeth on gear C is 28, number of gear on D is 26, TE is equal to TF is equal to 18. So now the number of teeth on all the gears is given. Now the unknown gears, that is the number of teeth on the gear A and gear B is unknown to us. We need to determine that. So TA is unknown, TB is also unknown. Okay. So how to determine TA and TB? For that we we have to go to the sketch, and we have to check into the geometry. So let D be the diameter. Let D be the diameter. So now the diameter of gear A, that is DA. If you go to that diameter of DA, the diameter of DA will be equal to the diameter of the diameter of C, and it will be also equal to 2 times DE. So entire gear E, and also the diameter of C. Okay, this is a diameter, not radius. So up to this point. So it will be diameter of C and 2 times the diameter of DE. So it is clear from the figure that the diameter of C and 2DE, that will comprise the diameter of A. So this was done by visualizing this diagram, that is the size of the gear. Similarly, we will be having DB is equal to diameter of D plus 2 times the diameter of F, plus 2 times the diameter of F. Okay. So with this data, now we can find out the TA and TB. Since DA is known and DB, that is the number of teeth will be directly proportional to the diameter. Based on that, we can say that this equation becomes TA is equal to TC plus 2 TE, that comes out to be 64, and TB will be equal to TD plus 2 times TF, that is equal to again 62. Okay. So now we are able to determine these two unknowns. Next is to continue further, that is we need to have the table of motions. So the table of motions will comprise serial number, conditions of motion, and we have RG, we have wheel A or gear A, and which is attached to wheel E, and we have a compound gears CD, we have wheel F, and we have wheel B. So now how we wrote this tables of motion? So it is actually like we have the arm G, that is the fixed, So one of the column, that is the very first column, will be arm G. Next is the gear A. Okay, so the wheel A is what? It is the input wheel. So that is again attached to the gear E. That is again attached to the gear E, and the gear E meshes with the compound gear, which is nothing but to the C, gear C. It is meshing, gear E is meshing with, it is a mesh between gear E and gear C. So CD. So here next is the compound gear. The CD, the D, the gear D is again meshed with gear F. And finally we need to have the output of gear P. So the output gear, what is the output we want to determine? So that output will be wheel B. Okay. So okay, is blur. So now I will write this row wise data. First is we have the conditions of motion. What is the condition? The arm is fixed. It is given arm is fixed. Arm is fixed. Next is A rotates plus 1 revolution. A rotates plus 1 revolution. And what is the arm? Arm is fixed, so arm will not be having any motions. The wheel A will be having plus 1 motion. That is what we are telling here. That is gear A rotates plus 1 rotation, revolution. So that is to be written there. And gear E, it is a mesh between TA and TE, TA by TE. So here plus 1 revolution means the gear A is rotating in the anti-clockwise direction. So whenever the gear A rotates in the anti-clockwise direction, so this is, we have to take it as a counterclockwise direction. So this amounts to be the wheel A is also rotating, and we'll go to the compound gear. E meshes with C. So CD, the compound gear, will be rotating in the clockwise direction. So clockwise direction means TA by TE into TE by TC, and the gear F, here T gets cancelled. So whatever is remaining, that is gear F, TA by TC into TD by TF. This is also rotating in the counterclockwise direction, therefore it is positive. Next is TA by TC into TD by TF into TF by TB. So here again TF gets cancelled. So this is the velocity ratio or the speed ratio of the gear, that is TA by TC into TD by TB. This will be rotating in the counterclockwise direction only, that is plus sign. So next step what we are going to do is we have to multiply by x. So whole thing is multiplied by x, you will get 0. This you will get plus x, and TA by TE into x minus TA by TC into x into TA by TC into TD by TF. Here also x, TA by TC into TD by TB, In the third step, we are going to add y to all elements. So plus y, plus y, y plus y, plus y, plus y. Next is the fourth row is the total motion. So if you add total motion, what you will get? You will get plus y, this is x plus y, and here y plus x ta by t, and here y minus ta by tc into x, and here y plus x ta by tc into td by te, and again here y plus x into ta by tc into td by tb. Okay, so this is what we'll get from by completing this tables of motion. So the tables of motion will give us what is the velocity ratio that we are supposed to calculate. So we, after completing this table, next we will go to the conditions given in the problem. So the condition given in the problem is there is a arm G makes an 100 rpm clockwise rotation. So whatever the motion given to the arm G, that is the fixed arm, that motion we have to take it as a value y. So y we will take it as y is equal to minus 100 and substitute this. When you substitute y is equal to 100, we will get x plus y is equal to 0. We have this equation. So now our y is 100 which is given, x is also 100, y is minus 100, so x will become 100, together it will be 0. Okay, so with this we have y value, x value. If you substitute y and x, you have the equation ta by tc into td by tb. You know the y value, you know the x value, you know the ta value, you know tc value, td and tb. Substitute all these values uh, in this equation. This is nothing but the speed of gear B.